Okay, hi everybody. Lonesome Harmonic here again, doing a video on the Model 24. I had somebody ask me in the comments for the last video, why. Let me read the comment. Let's see. It was something about why do I use the, why do I route my master bus through one of the stereo channels? You know, stereo channels is this one, this one, this one, and this one. See, slashes with two numbers on them. Those are stereo channels. So why do I route my master bus, from Reaper? Now I remember what we're doing here. But yeah, it's why do I route the master bus right here through one of the stereo channels? Which the way you do it, just as a refresher, is in Reaper, you'll click this and you'll have it go to channel 15 and 16. That's what I do, That's if you create a new hardware output, you can choose 15 and 16 right here. Okay. So I created one for 15 and 16. The 17 and 18 is for my own purposes because of the way that I have things going on here. I'm basically able to see, I got both of those. Sorry, I'm scatterbrainy. So I'm basically able to, how do I explain this? For this one, main is engaged. You can't really see it, but main is pushed in, sub is not. And then, so I'm hearing it, it goes through the control room knob, which is up here behind my camera. You can't see it, but the control room knob, that's how I hear the mix. The 17 and 18 goes to goes through the sub, and the sub goes to it goes out stereo right and left into a different interface, which happens to be, see, sub out. I think I've been over this before. Sub output right there, right and left, goes into this Behringer interface, which is rather dusty, because there's just no need to move it. It just sits there. Maybe I ought to hire a maid. But and that's because that goes into OBS. If you know what OBS is. That way I have independent control, But I digress. The whole reason for going through one of the stereo faders, well, his question was like, why not just have all of these go out to the master or to the main? And my whole reason for it is because I record multiple guitars on, say, channel 12. Like channel 12 I use for all my guitars. I have a couple different amps in here that I mic for the guitars, a couple different guitars. But all my guitar tracks from my project go through that one channel. And so, if you're going to play back all the guitars through that, like, let's go to Reaper here. Sorry about all these messy tracks. This is a really messy template. On this song, there's only 3 guitar tracks, I think. How many are there? Well, let's just say, for sake of simplicity, there's only 2 guitar tracks you're hearing on this song, right? Let's solo them. It's right and left guitar. But let's say I'm recording a song with, I don't know, 5 guitar tracks. For me, I'm gonna be miking all those through channel 12 right here. And so that's dedicated to all my guitars. Like channel 10 and 11 is for bass DI and then the bass cab. Because when I record my bass, I go DI and then I mic the amp as well. Channels 3 through 8 is all my drum set. And then I got like 2 and 10 that are for other things. Like if I plug in different keyboards, I'll just run them through those. Channel 1 is for vocals. These 2 stereo faders, 15 and 16 is for a master bus. 17, 18 is for a master bus. 13 and 14 is actually kind of weird. That's for my voice, goes into there. It's kind of, you can ask on another video. But to answer your question, to the guy who asked, I have more than one guitar, so let's say I had 5 guitars. I wouldn't be able to just like run all my drums and then all 5 guitars. There's just not enough tracks to do it on the board. So I just run the whole stereo mix through. I sacrifice like a fader, a stereo fader for that is the reason, There's this little track I'm working on. But it's nice doing that because then you can use all of the effects that you're using for your master bus, this whole effects chain or whatever. That'll be coming out of the stereo fader now. Whereas if you didn't do that, if you just used all these for PC, like, PC mode, and then they all went to the main, you wouldn't be hearing what's coming through the master fader, or you wouldn't be hearing the tracks from the master bus, master channel, master fader. You wouldn't be, yeah. But I hope that answers your question. Like let's experiment here. Let's dig in and see kind of, so the routing for here, I have it muted, but look, channel 12, it's my hardware output. So let's unmute that. That's one guitar. I think the other guitar is on this one. Sorry if it's confusing to your eye. I have all these extra tracks on there, which is very confusing. It's just a template that I use just to be ready for anything that I want to do creatively. So those are there. And then let's drop down my fader that you guys hear. I guess I'll drop this down too. So now I'm not using my stereo faders for my master bus at all. If I hit play now, and I turn up track 12. Oh, look. So it sounds like the bass. It sounds like the bass is on 12 too, because when I turn up 12, we're hearing the bass. I think we have some clipping there, because I'm not set up for it. Maybe what's probably the issue here? Let's do this. Let's go into these tracks, or let's go into these. Let's just drop them down to unity gain, if that's what you call it. These are my guitar tracks. I don't know why they're pushed out so hard right now. Don't ask me. I'm new. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I do certain things, but let's see what this is on. Yeah, look, the bass was on 12. So we'll mute that. And is the bass cab on 12 too? Bass cab's on 10. So for the sake of this project, let's do this. Let's clean this up a little bit. Let's delete this. Add a hardware output. It's supposed to be on 11 because the new way, I think I moved some stuff around. But we'll go post fader, post pan. So now check it out. Now if I hit play on it, we should only be hearing guitars. But here's another thing. This is another reason I don't do it. These guitars should be stereo, right? If we're running all of our guitars, let's say 5 guitars, and we have them panned in different places. For this example, we're just using 2 guitars, which are, I think they're hard panned. Yeah, they're hard panned right and left. So if we're running both of those guitars through a mono fader, like 12, we're not going to hear that panning, you know? Because look, this one is panned hard left. This guitar is panned hard right. It's this track and this track, or sorry, you can't see what I was doing. This guitar right here is panned hard left. This guitar is panned hard right. But both of those in the hardware output are going through 12 because that's, you know, you don't have to do it like this, but this is why I do it, because it works for me just to take the whole mix. We hear all of our panning coming through a stereo fader. But if we do it like this, where we're sharing it the way I do it, we won't be able to hear the panning. So watch, I'll hit play on this, and I'll turn up the guitars now. It shouldn't have the bass in there because I took it off. But watch, the guitars won't be panned. Now we don't have the clipping because I brought them down to unity gain. So cool, huh? We got mono guitars. We got 2 guitars. But let's say now let's turn up this one, the stereo. Oh wait, that's the whole mix. That's the whole song, you know. It's got all the panning. You can hear the guitars on each side. Let's solo these guitars. See, there's left guitar and right guitar soloed. Now we hear that panning. That's my reason for doing it. I hope that answers your question. That's something I figured out, like just trying to get what I wanted out of the Model 24, you know? So we got beautiful panning. Now if I mess with these switches over here, like if I pan this, look. Now they're both panned right, see? But if we do it here, watch, when I pan these, nothing happens. See? So I hope that answers your question. You know, let's say what you had going into it was a lot simpler. Or let's say you were doing a live band, you know. You're still limited what you can do with a live band. Like if you're going to mic up the whole drum set, you're still limited. But let's say you had 2 guitar players and they were on 2 separate tracks. Like if I pan down a little bit, you can see this. Well, maybe I won't show you that. Actually, maybe I will. We go here. Let's see here. So like if we look down here, you can see this map I made. It looks like crap, but see, you got the two guitars, guitar left, guitar right. This was for a band. I went and took this board to a show the other day, and I did sound for my friend's band. And we got guitar 1, guitar 2, left and right, you know? And then the bass was just DI'd. I didn't use a cab microphone for the bass. But in that case, you could just run everything out to the master, which is what I did. No problem, because it's two different people playing at the same time, so you need them both. But if you're just home recording and you only got, recording one guitar after the next, probably for me, it works better to do it like this. Anyway, should I re-record this video? Was it helpful enough? I don't know. I hope that answered your question. I didn't plan what I was going to say at all, because I felt like it was important to just make this video and address the question that was answered, because he asked, geez, it was 3 weeks ago or more that this guy asked about it. And I'm like, this is a little complicated to type out in the comments, like replying to a comment. I'll make a video on it. So I'm sorry it took so long. I'll try to be quicker about like uploading videos with questions about it, just little things. But that's my workflow, Like, and that's, yeah. My metronome, by the way, is like we all know, is on the. Oh, you can't hear that unless I hit sub. Now you can. See if I turn down. There's my metronome. I have that assigned to there for workflow, and then I can hear my whole. You guys can hear that. That's for you guys. This is for me. Now I can hear this. You guys can't hear this. And that's because the main and the sub are flip-flopped. Like main is in, so I hear it. Sub is out, so I don't. But sub is in here, so that's why, yeah. Because everything's going out of the sub. This fader is, from this button, it's going out of the sub into that interface up there to OBS. That's the way I figured out how to work it, but there's so many different ways you could route stuff, Anyway, I hope that answers your question. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Comment if you have any more questions, and I hope the video was helpful. Happy recording.